Brisca Formula 2 stock car racing is back with a vengeance, with fans now allowed into stadiums around the UK and a massive field of drivers and cars, over 60 drivers here at Smeath Stadium in Taunton in the southwest of England for the first of 2 days of race action. For a change, conditions are dry at Taunton. First day of this Benevolent Fund Trophy weekend, about to get underway with an absolutely packed programme under the Smeath floodlights on this Saturday night. The programme starts with the annual Benevolent Fund Ladies Race, 3 full heats in today's programme, then a consolation final and Grand National. Very much as full a programme as possible for this 60 plus entry, with drivers from across England racing here over the course of this weekend. We begin with the Benevolent Fund Ladies Race, then a dozen drivers out there in borrowed cars, several of them novices, 1 or 2 more experienced names further back. 979 Sophie Priddle starting from pole position, and she will lead the field away. This will be a 10-lap race. 2 more experienced names starting from further back on the grid. So away goes the 979 to the lead. 689 of Caroline Harding in second. Already a bit of push and shove in there. 210 is Morag Batson. Number 9 is Leanne Thakra. She's supporting her 2 sons, Jordan and Harley, racing this weekend, racing Harley's car. 24 on the outside there is Stella Farrell, driving the John Palmer car. So we see the black and white roof. That's the British champion Stephen Gilbert's car. Carly Cobbledick driving in this event. Number 194 going spinning that, Zoe Packer, spun out onto the centre. So 689 Caroline Harding driving Joe Marquand's car has taken up the lead. And there's 362 Sarah Harley driving her husband Dave's car. Going through past the 24 of Farrell. No, apologies, that's treble 1, that's Kerry Rundle. Number 9 there, that's Leanne Thakra. Son Harley's car. We'll see Harley and Jordan racing in the main part of the meeting later on. The ladies racing to raise funds for the Brisca Formula 2 Benevolent Fund, helping out injured drivers and their families. Black mark of traffic already there. 269, that's Sharon Blood, who does a lot of work behind the scenes for the F2 Benevolent Fund. Goes a lap down there to our race leader Caroline Harding, and 1 car's hit the fence there. That's the 572 car, that's Annika Gillingham. Busted the steering on that car, she's out of the race. 362 Sarah Harley, who's won a number of these ladies races over the years. Has caught our race leader Caroline Harding, tries to get the bumper in and does so. Goes through going into the back straight. It's the name of Dave Harley, aka the King of Chaos, very familiar to F2 fans, normally seen racing that car. He'll be out in the main body of the meeting later on. 3 heats, a final, a consolation and a Grand National. 210 of Morag Batson going a lap down there. We come into the closing stages now of this Benevolent Fund Ladies Race. Sharon Blood lapped for a second time there. Annika Gillingham sitting tight on the home straight there in 572 James Lindsay's car. Prepare that for his races later on. Sarah Harley, 362, just coming up to lap the 194. That is Zoe Packer. Saw her spin earlier on. 979, who led at the start of this race. Sophie Priddle has been lapped as well. Going round to start the final lap then. 362 of Sarah Harley was about to add to her list of wins in this event, and so getting the bumper in there on Zoe Packer, who's not moving over to let her through. Caroline Harding looks like she's settled for second place. Still this back marker being rather obstinate here, but it matters not, because Sarah Harley comes in to take her latest F2 ladies race win. Second place will go to Caroline Harding, and I think it's Stella Farrell, number 24, in third place in John Palmer's car. Confirm the results of that one in a few moments' time. Well done to all the ladies for their efforts out there, some of them racing for the first time. A daunting prospect here on this very tight and tricky little concrete oval here at Smeath on a former airfield runway this track is built. Sarah Harley keeps up her winning streak in these events, taking the win by nearly 5 seconds ahead of Caroline Harding, with Farrell third, Carly Cobbledick in Steve Gilbert's car in fourth, and Zoe Packer not moving out of the way for the leader there. She took fifth ahead of Sophie Priddle, Kerry Rundle, Morag Batson, Rebecca North, Leanne Thakra rounding out the top 10. For the first heat of the main event then. Out on track we have got 23 cars for this first heat of the day. Names to look out for include 184 Aaron Vates, 418 Ben Borthwick, who qualified on the front row of the World Final a couple of years ago at Buxton. Matt Stoneman in 127 is out there. blue tops of Justin Fisher in 315, Jamie Avery out there in 126, always a hard hitter. There's Matt Stoneman in 127, White Raiders at the front of the field, 466, Jake Williamson on pole, 177, Chris Masters alongside him. We get underway, racing over 16 laps, brisca F2 heat number 1, and straight in there goes 466 of Jake Williamson, didn't even look at the turn. There's more chaos there, 948 of John Brereton gets launched. This is complete chaos. There's surely going to be a stoppage here. This car's stranded all over turn 2. But I hope Jake Williamson's okay there. He didn't even seem to look at turn 1, just went, well, straight for the pits, I think. Race is brought to a halt with Chris Masters, in the lead in number 177. We'll try and see what happened there. It was 948 who got up in the air. John Brereton, yes, launched over the front of one of his fellow white tops there. Couldn't quite see who that was. And then more cars just went piling in behind. It was the 762 car of Mike Cox that got run over there. Adrian Watts in 222 caught up as well on the outside. Complete chaos. With so many cars out there on such a small oval, you're always going to end up with chaos. Chris Masters leads then in 177 ahead of 27 Kieran Bradford, ready for the restart. 359 of Gary Wrench in third place. He gets back underway. Higher graders have been yet to make their move. Are new to the world of stock car racing. White, yellow, blue, red and superstar are the grades. One of the white graders going into the wall there on turn 1. It's yellow graders at the front, sideways there Kieran Bradford. Here's the blues and reds scrapping further back. Big hit with Justin Fisher on the back of the 126 of Jamie Avery. More points you score, each month the grades are recalculated, and the further back on the grid you start to make things a bit more interesting. Red grade is effectively star grade, as it's known. Stars battling with the blue graders here. Line 4 Aaron Bate getting the bumper in on Jamie Avery in the 126. That's taken one of the white graders out wide. 27 Kieran Bradford, yellow grader still leading. We've got a spinner there. That's Dale Seneschal, I think, in 482, facing the wrong way on turn 4. Making the track a little narrower. 184 Aaron Bate attacking there, goes past 224. That's Paul Dobson. The field has thinned out a bit. We've got another car in the wall there. Couldn't quite see to the sunshine who that was. Not really used to the suns being out here at Taunton. It seems to rain every time there's a meeting on here at the Smith Stadium, but good conditions here on this Saturday night. Spun cars littering the raceway. There's another one gone round there. I think that was Ben Bates in 161, the man from Birmingham on turn 2. And yes, we have the yellow flag out there. Is Ben Bates. He's tangled with Adrian Watts in treble 2. There's Bates' car facing the wrong way. Oh, and he was collected by Adrian Watts and by Craig Driscoll in the 251, who took off. My goodness me. First day back at school for the F2s, it would seem. Kieran Bradford still leads in car number 27, but Aaron Bate, the red grader, is now up into second place. Not all that many cars left out of the 23 that started. Looking for places in the meeting final. The non-qualifiers go into the consolation. Aaron Bate poised to attack. We're not even halfway through the 16 laps yet. In goes the bumper from Aaron Bate, straight in on the restart, and through he goes into the lead. Now Justin Fisher, the local man in 315, on the attack. That'll take second place away from Kieran Bradford. I think that's Mike Rice in 438 behind them in fourth place. Just going in there, Mike Phillip gets taken wide in 195. Bradford gets bumpered by Fisher, who goes through into second place. It's Gary Wrench at 359. We'll see his nephew Luke Wrench, the current national points champion, out later on with the silver roof. His heat coming up a little later. Mike Phillip battling with Jamie Avery. He's been putting the bumper in on all and sundry in this race, and there he goes again on the back of Mike Phillip in 195. All the way from Scotland to race here at Taunton today. Weather in the lead up to this weekend, but it took him nearly a week to do so. Gary Wrench gets the bumper in 359. Behind them is 948 John Brereton. He's rejoined after his incident at the start. Comes from a truck racing family, does John. Tor Trucks sponsored F2. 5 laps to go. The start marshal signals for our race leader Aaron Bates. Kieran Bradford still up there among the leaders. Maybe looking to move up to blue grade when the grades are recalculated in a few weeks' time. See how bumpy and uneven the surface is on the concrete here at Smith Stadium. Not that that's bothering Aaron Bates as the 184 car continues to lead. Looks like he's heading for victory. in heat number 1 to go comfortably through to the meeting final tonight. I think one of the white graders there, that's the treble 2, I think that's rejoined. Getting towards the end of this one now. One more lap to go this time around for Aaron Bates. 184. Chris Masters, who led early on, goes a lap down. Last lap signal goes out for Aaron Bates. He's well clear of his opposition except for Justin Fisher, who might try a last spent lunge here, or is he going to settle for second and safe passage to the final? No, he doesn't lunge in on Aaron Bates. It's the red grader number 184 who takes the win. Fisher comes over in second. Confirm the rest of the places. Looks like Kieran Bradford may have held on for third there. Confirm the places in a moment's time. It's quite a lively outing for the Brisca F2s in that first heats here at Smeath Stadium. The win goes to Aaron Bates just ahead of Justin Fisher, with Kieran Bradford third. Jamie Avery, a hard-hitting performance to take fourth ahead of Mike Rice. Mike Phillip, reward for his long journey, with sixth ahead of John Brereton, recovering after the early incident. And Gary Wrench, Aidan McFerrin and Charlie Fisher round out the top 10.
Heat 1 winner, 184, Aaron Bates. A lively start to the season there for us.
Yeah, the car was going really well. It was a difficult race, there was a lot going on, and it all worked out well for me.
There was plenty of carnage, wasn't there? I mean, there was cars going off everywhere.
Yeah, they were all going on around me, and luckily I just managed to dodge my way through, so no, I'm happy.
Do you find it more exciting than, say, some of the longer tracks when you're on a short track with lots of cars?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of action here, you know, there's always stuff going on, it's not roundy, so it's good to race in that, and it's also good to watch, so yeah, I'm happy.
And on a dry night tonight, the final should be interesting as well.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good race, but we've got the rain coming tomorrow, haven't we, so...
Let's hope not.
Well, yeah, fingers crossed, but it's not looking likely.
Well, thank you very much.
Alright, thank you.
Another batch of drivers for heat number 2. Another 23 cars out on track. National points champion Luke Wrench is out in this one in number 560. Other names to look out for include Midlander Adam Rubery in car number 700. 324 Jordan Thacker's out in this one. The leading ladies of the Sport 390 Jessica Smith is on track as well. There is Thacker on the left. 194 in pole position, Luke Johnson. We saw his car being raced by Zoe Packer in the ladies race. 182 alongside him is Jack White. 605 behind them is Richie Andrews, and 928 of Lauren Stack, another of the ladies of Brisca F2. Bit of a contretemps there among the yellows. Somebody hasn't got going. A couple of cars diverting to the centre, and the red flag is out. In fact, that's an aborted start. I think one of the yellow tops, possibly Dan Abbott in 232, hadn't got going there, and that caused a bottleneck in the pack. And from then on, it was a bit like the M5 on a bad day. Yes, you see Abbott there being pushed, and everybody just stacked up behind him. 663 going spinning there. Try again with heat number 2 for the Brisca F2s. The green flag does go down this time, but there's still cars sliding about all over the place in the pack there. Dale Seneschal Jr. getting caught up, and he gets walloped wide by the 544 car of Will Adams. He now gets sent around, and Jessica Smith tangles with him. Seneschal crashes into the back of them. More mayhem there on turn 2. They seem to have a problem with getting around the first turn of every race. It's because there's so many cars out there. Too many cars on too small a track. That's what stock car racing is all about. There's Jordan Thacker giving chase to Luke Wrench in 560 with the silver roof. Made his typical fast starts. 890 there, that's one of the Rice family. That's Paul Rice under fire. Start to sort themselves out. 194, Luke Johnson, your early race leader. He's got Johnny Whittaker in 533, aka Johnny Egg, behind him. 398 in third place is Ian Ing. Back in the pack, 783, the former world champion James Ryger. Won an incredible world final here at Smeath a few years ago, when I think 4 drivers led the race on the last lap. Dale Seneschal Jr. has pulled up there on turns 3 and 4. Ryger battling it out with 324 of Jordan Thacker. 320 just ahead of them there is Matt Hatch in the green car. Out to blue grade. That goes in on him from Ryger the Tiger, as he's known. You see a win for him here. Well, Dale Seneschal has come to a halt on the home straight, so we may be about to see another yellow flag as 376 of Darren Seneschal on the attack there, but the yellow does come out as I expected. All 3 members of the Seneschal family getting involved so far tonight. Could at least have given him a push there, Luke Johnson. Car on the centre there as well, 352, that's Dave Sansom out of the race. And Ian England, 398, poised to attack for the race lead, but look who's already up to third. Luke Wrench in 560 has ripped through the pack in these early laps, and he's ready to go for the lead here. He's going to go for both of them into the first turn, wasting no time there, Luke Wrench, and he's already into the lead before they're around turn 2. One of the fastest men in brisca Formula 2 stock car racing at the moment. Could he be a favourite for the World Championship this year, I wonder? Wrench leads it then. They start to sort themselves out. There's James Ryger further back in the pack, chasing John Whittaker in the 5.33. Arrives at the inside, bangs wheels, goes through. Paul Rice behind him in 8.90 comes through as well. They're now ganging up on the 1.94 of early leader Luke Johnson, who's now down to third. Through goes Ryger, no problem there off turn 2. We're battling here for the minor placings, but I don't think they're going to catch Luke Wrench. We're only just over halfway, and he's come through from the back of the grid to take a clear lead. 700 there, that's Adam Rubery. Rebel Rubery, as he's known from his phenomenal success in the Rebels racing formula in the past. Began his career in the mini stocks on his local raceways of Birmingham and Hensford, the man from the Black Country. Battling with Johnny Whittaker. Ryger trying to close in now on the yellow graders in front of the pack. Sorts out with a couple of blue tops. 3.25 Ryan Sheehan gets past the 3.20 of Matt Hatch. 9.76 in there as well, that's Dan Kent. And 3.90 Jessica Smith recovering after her earlier spin. Wrench lapping the 6.63 car then. In the closing stages now, just 3 more laps to go. 6.67 also in the leading positions. That's Tommy Farrell, one of many members of the Farrell family to race here at Smithard. I think at one stage in the mini stocks formula here, there are about 4 or 5 of them in these same races. I wonder what the record is for the most members of the same family in a short oval race in the UK. James Ryger battling with 3.98 of Ian England. Through he goes. More lap to go this time. Tommy Farrell ahead of them there. He's in second place, but it's Luke Wrench with a clear lead. Farrell, the young blue raider, he's not going to catch the national points champion. The silver top is heading for victory. He won the Grand National Championship here at Smithard last season. He's coming in to win heat number 2 here at Smithard. There's the checkered flag. Then goes to Luke Wrench, clear of Tommy Farrell. James Ryger comes over in third place. Looks like Paul Rice in fourth. Check out the rest of the positions in just a moment. Car spinning on the final turn there, but we'll make it home. Red flags now come out, and Luke Wrench will celebrate his victory. Wrench taking the win by nearly 3.5 seconds ahead of Tommy Farrell. Ryger third ahead of Rice and Rubery. Good result for Johnny Whittaker, the white grader, taking 6th ahead of Ryan Sheehan. Dan Kent, Ian England and Matt Hatch completing the top 10 in heat number 2.
Heat 2 winner, 560 Luke Wrench. You've got this car going well around here this season.
Yeah, we got it going well. We've actually just sold it today. But obviously he's left with me for the rest of the season. But yeah, I took a deposit on it today, so hopefully it'll be going soon.
That's not a bad deal, is it? You race it all season and you've sold it.
Yeah, we actually come around the workshop before the beginning of the season started and said I want it, and he couldn't put a deposit on it today. So he said he can have it after the World and hopefully win that and be good.
And of course, you've still got the silver roof after last year, but you're fighting hard for it to keep it this year?
Yeah, we're going to build a shell car. That's probably the next car to build, and then be on to that, and then we'll get a few laps at Bradford when it opens up. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And of course, we've got tonight's final coming up in a moment as well. That should be interesting.
Yeah, there's plenty of cars in there. We've got John who's quick as well, and a few others, so it's going to be a lot going on. So hopefully stay out of damage and keep your head down.
Well, thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
20 cars on the grid for heats at number 3, so 66 cars have raced in total here at Smithard Stadium tonight. The British champion is out in this one, Stephen Gilbert, in 5.42. Dave Chaos Harley is out there as well. Look out for Paul Moss, a track specialist, in 9.79, going from the blue grade 2. So number 24, the ever lively John Palmer. 5.81 there, Dan Fallows, aka Red Rum. Number 9, Harley Thakra, the younger of the brothers, in the car that his mum raced in the ladies' event. 2.10 of Tristan Claydon, former saloon stock car racer. We get underway over another 16 laps. There's Stephen Gilbert with the black and white checkered roof, the British champion, We are underway into that first turn. They go 734 Glenn Sanders under fire from the 947 of Sam Dobbs. Got a tangle already though. Some cars haven't even reached the start line. Tristan Clayton gets dispatched and 746 has spun. That's Gary Kitching. Cars going everywhere in the early stages, as they always do here at Smeathorpe. And yes, the yellow flag is out again. It's rare you get a clear run at the start of races here, but again, too many cars in too small a space. Early attack there from John Palmer on the back of Harley Thacker, and it was the 269 of Mark Davies who got spun out and walloped there, coming out of turn 4 by one of his fellow yellows. It was 305 Colin Gregg who crashed into him. So Glenn Sanders and 947 Sam Dobbs will lead the full restart over the 16 lap distance away. 636 in behind them is David North. So let's try again then with brisca F2 heats number 3. Glenn Sanders, 734, the former stock rod racer, leads them away. But one car that hasn't got away, I think that's David North, very slow away there. He drops down the pack. Good start by Dan Fallows in 581, but it's Dobbs who's gone to the front in 947. Oh no, it isn't. He's been spun aside by Glenn Sanders. Coming through turn 3, let's hope nobody hits him. At the inside, that's 915. Jamie Jones, he now takes the lead into the second lap. 895 there, that's Ben Goddard, the blue grader. Under fire from John Palmer in 24. There's Stephen Gilbert in 542 in the car raced by Carly Kovaldick in the ladies race earlier. 903 there, dropping down the pack is Ben Spence. Palmer is the man on the move here, so is the man ahead of him, Dan Fallows in the 581. Is Palmer going to sit in the wheel tracks of Dan Fallows? No, he isn't. He's going to the inside. They get past Glenn Sanders. It's the lead a couple of laps ago. Palmer clearly the fastest man on track here. David North still struggling with the 636 car. He's out of it on turn 4. Will that bring out another caution? Stephen Gilbert with the bumper on 581 Dan Fallows. Steve, the son of F2 great Peter Gilbert. It's in 5 minutes since Stephen was taking his first drives in the mini stocks. Now here he is winning national titles in the brisca F2. It's Jamie Jones in 915 continues to lead. We've lost Tom Gatton in 727 there on turn 4. It's Joe Marquand in 689 in second place. His grandfather Johnny Marquand was a world champion in brisca F2 back in the 60s. Behind him here comes John Palmer, Mr. Box Office as some call him. Usually Nick Sauder's nickname in brisca F2. And it has to be said, John Palmer has a very similar driving style, as we're about to see here. Walloped in goes the bumper. Here he goes at the inside. He's got both of them in one move. Through goes Palmer into the lead. You knew it was only a matter of time. When he appears in your mirror, that's what's going to happen. Where Marquand trying to fight back in the 689. Fourth behind them is Gilbert. I think it's Dan Fallows still there in 5th. So the cream rising to the top in this heat number 3. We're in the second half of it now. See Jamie Jones up there still running with the higher graders in this battle for the lead. It's Palmer, Marquand, Jones, Gilbert. A little further back is Fallows. They're well clear of the rest of the opposition. Here comes Gilbert lining up Jones for an attack. This is for 3rd place. In goes the bumper. Through goes the British champion. And well ahead of the rest by about the length of a straight, although admittedly the straight's not very long here at Smeathorpe. There is Mr. Box Office, he says on his wing there, lapping the 947. And Sam Dobbs, who got spun out of the lead on the first lap. 572 James Lindsay goes a lap down as well. The car repaired after Annika Gillingham hit the wall in the ladies race with it. Marquand under fire now from Stephen Gilbert. That's for 2nd place. Palmer's getting away. Looks like he's heading for victory. Only a couple of laps to go now in this heat number 3. Gilbert at the inside takes 2nd. It's banging wheels with the back marker Sam Dobbs there. It's going to allow Marquand a chance to fight back. Jamie Jones still hanging on behind them in 915 in 4th place. And Fallows behind, and they're way ahead of the rest. It's going to be John Palmer in number 24. Ran from Plymouth. Into the final lap he goes. Racing in memory of his father Les, who was a very successful brisca F2 racer. Sadly passed away recently. Here he comes round the final turn. 24 John Palmer comes in to take the win. Clear of Stephen Gilbert in 2nd, just ahead of Marquand. Jones 4th. 5th goes to Dan Fallows. And the rest of them come home. Could be interesting. Clayton next in the order. We'll confirm that in a moment. Red flag about to come out then on brisca F2 heat number 3. Qualifiers will get ready for the final. The rest have to go in the consolation. Thumbs up from John Palmer. He takes the win ahead of Steve Gilbert by 1.69 seconds, with Joe Markman third, then Jones and Fallows clear of Tristan Claydon in sixth. Harley Thackeray took 7th place ahead of blue top Ben Goddard. Dave Harley, not much chaos from him in that one, but he did take 9th place, and Ben Spence rounding out the top 10.
Heat 3 winner 24 John Palmer, first win in the new car as well, I think.
Yeah, we've had a bit of bad luck the last couple of meetings, lots of damage, lots of speed, but I couldn't finish my dinner if I tried, so yeah, it's one of them.
A lot of fast cars here as well this weekend.
Yeah, there's some good lads, a lot of the WRC lads are on the move, seem to be setting the pace and raise the bar a little bit, so to see what the other boys can bring along.
And obviously tonight will be not only a race meeting as normal, but you're trying to get some set up for tomorrow as well for the championships.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to matter with the weather forecast. I think it's going to be, you're going to need your paddles, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we have a bit of luck. I think we've got to come right off the back, so we're going to have to do something special, but yeah, we'll try our best.
And then you've got the final tonight as well, make a statement in that too.
Yeah, I'm going to be right off the back. Me, Aaron and Luke. Obviously Luke starts off the back, me and Aaron have won both our heats, so it's going to be us three that won the heats right from the back, and just see what we can do, I suppose. Just go for it.
It should be good.
Thank you very much. Cheers guys. Bye.
Well, the Formula 2 stock cars typically hard hitting here at Smith Up Stadium in Devon tonight. Still the final consolation and the Grand National to come. Plenty more hard hitting stock car action coming up after this short break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back very shortly indeed.